Hey, amazing human beings. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Cunningham, and I help people have queer or non-monogamous, beautiful, harmonious relationships. In my channel today, we're going to be answering the question, what is solo polyamory? This is a video that is in this playlist called Non-Monogamy Terms. So if you want even more non-monogamy terms, you can go to my channel and look at that playlist as I continue to make these videos. I've been working in the realm of gender, sexuality, and relationships since 2008. I have degrees, certifications, trainings. I've been making content since 2019, so you can also look back at my podcast and my Instagram, and I have a lot of content for you. But I've been very excited to continue to build my YouTube channel. So if you could like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in building beautiful, harmonious relationships, whether they be queer, whether they be non-monogamous, or whether they be something else, you'll learn something here and you'll be able to have those nourishing relationships that you so want and want to continue to grow. All right. Without further ado, what is solo polyamory? I've been making these videos in more of a casual conversation style. If we were just having a conversation and you asked me like, hey Elizabeth, like what is solo polyamory? And then I just gave you the answer that I had. And I say that because there are so many ways that we can think about solo polyamory. And like I say in all of these videos, is that there's the relational theory and then there's how we practice it. And how people interpret that theory and then how people practice these things are all very different. And so it's going to look differently for different people. And so please don't assume that you know something about someone now because they're solo polyamorous and you've watched a video on solo polyamory. How it feels individually to that person and what their lifestyle or life choices or their relationships look like might be totally different than someone else who also identifies as solo polyamorous. So just making sure that you're getting genuinely and authentically and lovingly curious about people in your life and not assuming things about them. So solo polyamory is having yourself be the central partner in your life. Some solo polyamorists even call it having a primary relationship with themselves, really thinking about what your wants are, what your needs are, and like living life for you. And not to say that in your relationships, you just do whatever you want, you just live life for you. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that you consider your wants, your needs, your desires, how you want to live your life first. And then you consider what type of romantic or sexual or platonic connections that you want to have and how that fits in for you. Now, when we're talking about a relationship structure that really centers the autonomy of one person, it is not to say that you can just only consider yourself and not consider anyone else. When we're talking about a relationship, that doesn't work, right? You want to have a harmonious relationship with someone, you have to consider that person. But with solo polyamory, you are considering your wants and your needs first. And so what that might look like is and this is not necessarily true for me all the time, but like I'm someone who really likes my alone time. And so I'm going to prioritize my alone time over spending time with partners sometimes, like not all the time, obviously. Or maybe that's not obvious, but not all the time. But sometimes I'm going to prioritize my alone time over any other relationship that I have. And I'm going to be in open communication with my partner or partners about that and what I need, and also talk to them about what works for them and what doesn't work for them. Like, what do they need around that? Or what are the things that they also need in the relationship? And how am I showing up in that way? Or being honest about how I can't show up for people. So again, being solo polyam doesn't mean that you don't consider other people's feelings or the relationship or what works for other people. But it does mean that you highlight or center yourself and that you might make choices in relationships that other people don't agree with, or maybe there's a need that's not being met by you, but you also have to be okay with that. And that can get really sticky with people. Speaking as someone who helps people in these situations, when I say being an open, honest communication, I also mean open, honest, kind, and loving communication. When we're navigating these types of relationship structures and asking for our wants or needs to be met or not met, and then you know that you're not going to be able to meet that person's needs, like having that conversation in a kind and loving way, which is totally possible. And not just saying something like, I'm just going to center myself in this and like how you feel doesn't really matter. And okay, deal with it. That's not inside of a healthy relationship or the healthy practice of solo polyamory, right? You can still be a kind and loving human and also center your own needs. Some really great resources for solo polyamory. I would direct you to Mel Cassidy. Mel Cassidy, who has written the book, or it might not even be out yet. At the making of this video, it's not out, but maybe at the publishing of this video, it'll be out. But Mel Cassidy, follow them on Instagram at Radical Relating. Their book is about to debut, Radical Relating, and they have many amazing resources. So I would highly encourage you to check out their work inside of solo polyamory. They're also one of the original people who really coined the term and build the community for solo polyamory. So they're an amazing resource. And if you want help in your relationships, please reach out to me. I help people go from turmoil to harmony. And so if that sounds something that you would really love, please follow the link in the description below. If this is something that you would like to learn how to do, like you would actually like to learn the skill of being a relationship coach, helping people go from, I don't know what to do, or this is really hard, or where do I go from here? As a relationship coach, you're not telling people what to do. You're helping people discover what works best for them. And that is such a beautiful and highly, like, it's such a beautiful skill to be able to help people and empower people to really discover what is in them and what they want and how they feel and what they need. So if that's the skill that you would like to learn, I also train people. I created a program called Love Mastery. It is a certification and business development program for queer and non-monogamous relationship coaches. So you can go ahead and apply for that in the description below too. So thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope that it was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.